Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Estera, the soft skill trainer, certified global trainer, international inspirational speaker, educationist, welcoming you to our 10th episode on talk show for experts, Coffee with Estera, powered by Independent Perception and Research Hub Malaysia, initiative by its founder and CEO, Professor Muhammad Shahriar Parvez. Independent Perception and Research Hub is an educational research and consultation center for talented researchers and educational scholars to share their perceptions on different issues and facts. The main goal of IPRH is to enlighten the independent perception of individual thoughts by knowledge sharing, because IPRH believes that knowledge is power. Today, dear audience, I'm taking great pleasure in introducing a wonderful icon. It is a great honor to introduce one of our popular icon and also youngest scientist of this era from India. He advocates humanity by choosing education as his topic today. And he's going to speak about sustainable development goals. He is none other than Honorable Respected Professor Dr. Rajan Mungekar. He is a scientist, professor, counselor, global educator, published author, and international speaker. He is the first Indian to be appointed as Planetary Minister of Sustainable Development of newly emerging the Kingdom of Atlantis, a decentralized sovereign kingdom. He is the first youngest Indian whose book Introduction to Sustainable Development Goal, a non-academic, is now part of Atlantia education program. He is first youngest Indian to receive 300 plus honorary doctorate from all over the world. Wow. He is first youngest Indian professor who taught to more than 12,000 students and career guided 34,000 students till date, and count it still on. He is the first Indian who has 950 plus international, national, and state award, 9 national patents, 15 world records at age of 28 for his contribution in this field of teaching and research. He is also the first youngest Indian to receive 125 honorary high degree across the globe. He is the first Indian to be appointed by 65 international organizations on various high positions at the same time. He is the first youngest Indian to be appointed as ambassador by 56 organizations of many countries in almost all disciplines. Dear audience, I am taking this opportunity to introduce him further. Normally, I don't give such a long introduction, but I think we all got to know about this personality. He is the first Indian youngest professor to start teaching at age of 16 at the age of 27. He has completed 12 years of teaching. He is the first youngest Indian to receive royal and prestigious titles such as Lecturus Magnificus, HRH 5 Duke 3, 5 Duke, HRH Sir, LM. Next, first youngest Indian to receive Mendeleev Fellowship, United Kingdom highest academic honor. Next, first Indian to receive the distinguished title Professor Wisdom for institution cultural Colombiana, Casa Piotica, Megia, Y Plasma, Colombia, South America, visiting faculty in many national and foreign universities. Next, Director, Research and Innovation of Oxford University, Lighthouse Leadership University, Dominion of Impact International Bible University, Global Ministry and Discipleship Institute, Dean, International Development, Theopany University. Author of 4 books, Introduction to Sustainable Development Goals, Education and Eternal Asset, Leadership and Superintendence, bestseller author, Stem Cell Science. First youngest Indian to be appointed as Vice Chancellor position at Unified Theological Seminary, USA, University of Kingdom of Atlantis, Singapore, Webiston University, Zimbabwe, Wisdom University, Gombe, Nigeria, University of Yabra, Philippines, 17 youngest Pro-Chancellor and founder of the University of Expertise. Now, dear audience, please join me in welcoming this prominent, admirable, and extraordinary personality. Welcome, Professor Dr. Pratik Rajan Mungekar to our show. Welcome, Prof.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dear Estera ma'am, for your kind introduction. And it's always pleasure to be here on our platform, which is IPRH.
Yes, we're also the country director of IPRH for India, right?
India.
Yes.
Yeah.
We both, I'm Malaysia, you're India. Both IPRH country directors are meeting on this platform. Yeah. Before that, may I ask you, I saw one of your, in the introduction, you are now 28, is it?
28 complete, 29 running.
Ah, such a young age. Wow, wow, wow. I pray that you prosper better in whatever you do. Okay,
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And okay, let's have coffee. Do you have your coffee mug with you?
Yes, yes.
Fantastic. Come, let's have a sip. Yes. So, shall we start?
It's ready.
Okay. First question. Why is quality education essential for achieving the SDGs?
Yes, it's a nice question. Quality education serves as the foundation for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, due to its multifaceted impact on individuals and society as a whole. So, here I will discuss some key points to elaborate on the significance of quality education in relation to the SDGs. The first point is very important, empowering individuals. So quality education empowers individuals by equipping them with knowledge, skills, and critical thinking abilities. It improves or it provides them with the tools necessary to make informed decisions, participate actively in society, and continuous and contribute meaningfully to their communities. So education helps individuals develop a sense of agency, self-confidence, and resilience, enabling them to navigate challenges and seize opportunities.
Fantastic.
Then the second point is promoting economic growth. So a well-educated population is a vital for economic growth and prosperity. So quality education fosters a skilled and knowledgeable workplace or workforce, leading to increase productivity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So it provides individuals with the necessary skills and competences demanded by the job market, and ultimately contributing to higher employment rates, higher wages, and improved living standards. Next is fostering sustainable development. Now, sustainable development requires a holistic approach that takes into account social, economic, and environmental factors. So quality education plays a critical role in promoting sustainable development by instilling values and attitudes that prioritize environmental stewardship, social responsibility, and ethical decision making. So it equips individuals with the knowledge and awareness to make sustainable choices and contribute to the preservation of natural resources and the well-being, of communities. Then tackling global challenges. The SDGs address a wide range of global challenges, including poverty, hunger, climate change, that which we are facing now, inequality, and injustice. So quality education provides individuals with the understanding of these complex issues and empowers them to take action. So it fosters critical thinking, problem solving skills, and a global perspective, enabling individuals to contribute to finding innovative solutions to these challenges and actively participate in sustainable development initiatives. And the last one is addressing inequality. So quality education is a powerful tool in addressing inequality in all its forms. So it promotes equal access to education regardless of the gender, socioeconomic status, ethnicity, or geographic location. So by providing inclusive and equitable education opportunities, quality education helps reduce disparities and bridge the educational gap between different segments of society. It promotes social mobility and creates a more equitable society by ensuring that everyone has an equal chance to succeed and thrive. And promoting gender equality also. Quality education is closely linked to promoting gender equality and empowering women and girls. It helps break down gender stereotypes, biases, and discriminatory practices by providing equal educational opportunities for all. So, by educating girls and women, societies can benefit from their contribution to various sectors, including the economy, politics, and social development, leading to more inclusive and balanced societies. And in conclusion of these questions answered, quality education serves as the foundation for achieving the SDGs as it empowers individuals, promote economic growth, foster sustainable development, tackle global challenges, addresses inequality, and promotes gender equality. By investing in quality education systems that are inclusive, equitable, and responsive to the needs of learners, societies, and they can unlock the full potential of individuals and create a better future for all. Thank you.
Awesome,
I think
fantastic answer. Wow, wow. It's just like, it's like flowing like that, you know. You are an expert. This shows how expert are you in sustainable development goal. And of course, from here we know that you had been a very good speaker all this time. That's why you are able to just pour out the just pour out the information. Yeah, just like that. Amazing, doctor. Amazing. Okay. We have few more minutes. So shall we also go to the second question? Can you finish in 3 minutes? Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. How can we assure inclusive and equitable access to quality education?
Okay. To ensure inclusive and equitable access to quality education, it is essential to to implement various measures that address barriers and promote equal opportunities for all, like government prioritization and funding. So government play a vital role in ensuring inclusive and equitable access to quality education. So they should prioritize education in national budgets and allocate sufficient resources to improve infrastructure, including schools, classrooms, libraries, and technology. Adequate funding is also needed to provide essential learning materials such as textbooks, digital resources, and laboratory equipment. And additionally, investing in teacher training and professional development programs is crucial to enhance the quality of education and ensure competent and motivated educators. Then comes addressing barriers. Policies need to be implemented to address barriers to education and create an inclusive learning environment. So gender discrimination remains a significant barrier in many societies, particularly affecting girls' access to education. So government should implement policies that promote gender equality in education, including eliminating gender-based violence, ensuring equal enrollment, and addressing cultural and societal norms that hinder girls' education. So additionally, measures should be taken to address other barriers such as disability inclusive education, providing support and accommodation for students and disabilities. Effort should also be made to overcome poverty-related barriers by providing financial assistance, scholarships, and support for families to cover education-related expenses. And moreover, policies addressing geographical remoteness should include initiatives like building schools in rural areas, providing transportation facilities, and utilizing distance learning technologies. And lastly, collaboration between stakeholders. So collaboration between government, civil society organization, and the private sector is crucial to promoting inclusive and equitable access to quality education. So government should engage with civil society organizations working in the education sector, including NGOs and community-based organizations, to leverage their expertise and resources. Then private sector partnerships can promote financial support, technology solutions, and innovative approaches to enhance educational opportunities. So collaboration can also support the establishment of mentorship programs where professionals and volunteers can guide and inspire students, especially those from marginalized communities. And sponsorship programs can be established in collaboration with private entities to provide financial assistance to deserving students, enabling them to access quality education. And the last and the most important is monitoring and evaluation. So to ensure the effectiveness of these measures, it is crucial to establish monitoring and evaluation systems. So government should regularly assess the impact of policies and initiatives on access to quality education and make necessary adjustment based on the findings. So monitoring and evaluation mechanisms can help identify gaps, track problems, track progress, and ensure accountability in achieving inclusive and equitable education. So in conclusion, ensuring inclusive and equitable access to quality education requires a multifaceted approach involving government prioritization and funding, policy implementation to address barriers, collaboration between stakeholders, and robust monitoring and evaluation system. So by adopting these measures, societies can create an enabling environment that promotes equal opportunities for all leaders, regardless of their socio-economic background, as I said earlier also, and gender, disability, or geographical location. Thank you.
Oh, wow, what a wonderful answer. Wow. I see here, Prof. You are you have mentioned a few times about how we can reduce the gender inequalities. We cannot make it equal. That's impossible. Yeah, because it's not involving 1 or 2%. It's involving the whole world, right? So You really feel that? No, if you ask me, yesterday I was watching this Vantage News. I always watch that international news, and it's mentioned that women, even in sports, they are underpaid. The salary, the payment made for them, yeah, between the male sportsman and the female sportsman is so much difference. The gap is there.
Yeah, gender bias. We have still
Yeah.
gender bias.
But do you know? I don't know whether you agree, but I said women supposed to be physically weaker, and you know, women every month they suffer some issues and all that. Then if they are married, they bear children. You know, they are at really, at disadvantage with compared to men. But why this difference? Who bring about this difference? Do you think who brings up about this difference of this difference in salary or the pay and all that? Who is the
So there
cause?
are some the the this thing. There are some peoples, okay, who are jealous about someone achievements, particularly if one women achieve something in her life great, then there are some people who jealous about her this thing achievements, and then they by generations to generations, this kind of bad gender bias is happening due to because of some I cannot say all people, but there are some few people who are doing this kind of gender bias. And now UN SDGs and we, like you and me, we are educators, so we are educating people, we are educating professionals that this should not happen, this is wrong. Okay, so you cannot, you can't be judgmental. Okay, based on her achievements, you can pay. What she deserves, you have to pay. Okay, because we all are equal. We as Indian says, vasudhaiva kutumbakam, that means one earth. Our earth is a family, so we all are family. Okay, whether it is men, women, girl, boys, we all are equal. We all have equal access to education, we all have equal resources. So we should support each other, and because sharing is caring, and together we can achieve more. So yes, we are working, and soon we will see the change.
Yes. You see, yeah, I really feel that women should be given more attention in the terms of workplace, their pay, yeah, whatever they do, because they are the one who create new generation. So if we don't take care of her, if we don't take care of her, what is going to be,
Absolutely.
right? Because like us, our mother takes the full responsibility of nurturing us. Besides, of course, our father is involved, but she is always handling us most of the time. So every woman is mother or plays a role as a mother, even as a teacher. Yeah, I feel that. You see? Okay. So, okay. Shall we go to the photo album?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, we'll go to the photo album and have a look. Let me share the screen.
Wow.
I simply made it. I simply made it colorful. You know why? I see you with many students. You are very smiling all the time. time, very cheerful. So I made it colorful. Do you like it,
Thank you so much
Professor?
for
Do you
your
like it?
efforts.
Okay.
Yes, I like it.
Okay. So let's see. Wow.
Yeah.
So many.
This is my
Yeah.
guru, mentor, Dr. Raghunath Mashilkar.
This one. Okay.
The
Wonderful.
third one,
A third,
the
third
old,
one.
yeah,
Third one. Who
older
is
one.
it?
Yeah.
Who is
He
it?
is my mentor. He is my guru, Dr. Raghunath
Oh.
Mashilkar.
Oh. Okay.
So
Proud.
under his guidance, I'm traveling towards
Ah.
the excellence, the path of excellence.
Thank God. Thank God. Okay.
The
How about
first
this?
picture,
First.
the first picture recently when I visited Philippines, I've got my Doctor of Philosophy in Education from Asian University International. So that is the
Congratulations. Yes.
thank you.
Yeah.
Second picture in the Philippines, in the lockdown, I completed my international diploma from University of Saint Mary University, USA, in special education. So I'm receiving my international diploma from Dr. Mario Lucero. He is the program director.
Fantastic. Fantastic. How about this?
And the third one is also, this is last 2022, which I have received my Doctor of Science from US, one of the university which is in USA.
This one.
Then the fourth one is the National Research Conference on Business, Education and Technology, which was happened in the month of May in Boracay Island. And there I represented India and I presented my two research paper, in which one research paper has got Best Paper Award in Technology. So that's the picture.
Amazing.
Then the next picture
One.
is appointed as a Vice Chancellor for the University of Ibarra and appointed as a ambassador to India. So that's the investiture ceremony in the Filipino style. So I'm wearing the traditional costume of the Filipinos, that is they call Tagalog.
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 Yes. Yes. Tagalog.
Barong Tagalog.
Yes. Yes. It's really very nice.
And this is the this is the you can see the picture, my guru and me. This is one of the gift which we received from one student.
Oh, that's lovely. So, I mean, children's art is always unique. Yeah, it's so lovely.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go to the next. Yeah, this one is
This
national.
is I'm delivering my keynote address on the National Research Conference on Business, Education, and Technology. Then the next speech, I've been appointed as a chairman for India of World Peace Committee. So besides me, this is a Prof. MB Dr. Yosef Kang. He is an actual representative of United Nations to South Korea, and I'm
This
receiving
one.
my
This one.
no the center one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have received I'm the first Indian to receive UN medal, actual medal, and UN cap, and represented India in World Economic Forum. The next one is recently 2 days back I received Young Scientist Award from Council of Academic Research and Educational Organization, Government of India. Then the next one is also the doctorate picture with my gown. This is, beside me, this is my mom, the green sari.
Your
So
mom.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
young.
So
Yeah. Proud.
I said Maharashtra's in my state, India's second and Maharashtra's first, a Kalam Mashilkar Innovation and Space Education Lab. So the inauguration ceremony, they have felicitated my parents too. So that's the picture.
Is your dad here?
No, that is there, but
Ah.
it's not My dad is
Not in
not
the
visible.
picture. Not
It's
in the
look
picture.
behind me. You
Oh,
can
okay.
see.
Okay, wait. I mean, how many siblings are there in your family?
I have a younger sister, me and my younger sister.
Oh, wow, wow. Very young
Her name
family,
is
young
Vaishnavi.
achiever.
Her name is Vaishnavi.
Yeah. Wow, it's so nice. Proud parents, they are really, really,
Yeah.
very proud. You made your parents, your nation, everybody, even I think your friends are proud of you. Even I'm away so fast. I'm so amazed. I'm so touched by your achievement, you know.
Thank
Really.
you.
How about this, Prof?
This is the investiture ceremony of me as a Vice Chancellor Ambassador.
Yeah. You know, someone
So,
told me recently. Yeah, please.
uh,
Sorry, carry on.
so beside me is Dr. Zaldi. So he's receiving me. So that was a red carpet event. So that time
Wow,
we took
Dr.
photo.
Zaidi is from where? Philippines.
Dr. Zaldi is from Philippines. He is the Chancellor of University of Ibarra.
Okay. You know what, something, Professor? Someone told me, oh, Professor make me feel so old. I think you debunk everything. It's not true. Look, our young professor audience, look at our young professor. So proud to call him Professor Doctor. Yeah. So don't feel shy to
Yeah, and
call Professor.
I am the first Indian to rank as a full professor. You know, there are some stages in
Yeah.
our education system in everywhere, like lecturer, assistant professor, associate, additional adjunct, and then you will become full professor. So I have achieved this full professor rank in 3 years.
Oh,
Now
I
these are
wonder
the
how.
pictures. I'm on a mission to help students. So I conducted free career counseling sessions all over the India and abroad. So these are some pictures where I'm
Oh,
conducting
wonderful.
and guiding students. And
Yeah,
I
so
on a mission to help student and on a mission to help educators. These are my two missions under which I conducted mass lectures. You know, you can see the gathering
yeah,
2,000,
yeah.
1,000, 4,000, like that gathering I conducted, and now the count is 34,000 students. So within 3 months of span, I traveled and I career guided 34,000 students free of cost. That is for the society, for the nation.
Then how about your working hours? Are you working or you just doing this, Professor?
I'm doing this on weekends
Weekends. Ah, yeah.
for the society, and that too free of cost. I'm not charging anything from anyone.
Wonderful. So, Professor, that's why I say there's no excuse. Dear audience, there's no excuse that we can't serve our nation, we can't serve the global citizens. Look at him. We start from our home. Home means our home country, our state. Yeah, that is good enough. You don't have to go out and do it. You start at home, your family, your neighbors, your community, your state, and your country is priority. If everybody does that, then the world will be a better place. Yeah, and our Professor Doctor is a good example. He says we can. So weekdays, what you do, Prof? Weekdays.
In weekdays, I've been a vice chancellor of 5 universities, so I have my VCA duties. Then I've been into many universities as a visiting professor, and I'm a research scientist, so I do research, my lectures, my VC duties, and I'm pursuing my hobbies also. I'm a trained classical vocalist. Yes, I'm a classical vocalist, so I'm learning Hindustani classical music, vocal music.
Yes.
So I
I still
learned that
remember.
too. Yeah,
Yes, you gave to one of the interviews. Huh? Yes.
yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, then I see all these pictures. This is also taken in Philippines, right? the one
Philippines, yeah.
related to
I'm
earlier one.
receiving my doctorate.
Doctorate in science, isn't it? This one.
Doctor of Science.
It's
Yes.
supposed to be science. Okay.
Mm.
And we go to next.
We
Here.
have some my seminar work, free
Yeah.
career counseling workshops
Yeah.
with the students.
I want to show all this to see that how many people's life you are transforming out there. You see, when I see this, I'm so humbled. I thought from 17 years old, I served so many students, so many parents, but looking at you, oh, I stand nowhere. And at your age, and you have achieved so much. This is true achievement. It's not how rich we are. During one of the interviews with Business Power Academy, they asked me, what is success to you? For me, I said success is not how big is your bank account. Success is how many lives you have transformed. Yeah?
Yes,
I think, yeah. So when I see this, I say, yeah, you have transformed so many people's life, especially the young ones, because the young ones are pillar of every country, of our nation. Yes. So
our nation builders.
yes,
Youth.
yes. So our photo is done. So still continuing. Okay. Shall we go to next?
Yes, sure.
Next question. In very extraordinary way. I've interviewed so many of them, and your answers were very unique because you are a person who really go out and you have hands-on. Yeah, you don't really read and just talk. You have hands-on experiences in everything, and you yourself a role model for every one of the uh, students, yeah, and youngsters, the youth. So Professor, with I had plans for school and youth in my country. Long time. It's not today. It's a very okay, doctor. About the poverty, how we going to bridge the gap between poverty using quality education.
Yes, as I said earlier also, that we need to educate the educators first, because educators has the power to transform lives, to impart knowledge. And if they transform and impart properly, okay, so the student will gain knowledge, and they can use that knowledge to earn money. Okay, and now it's an era. We need education in innovation, innovation in education. Okay, so if we can balance the Lakshmi and Saraswati, that means education and money, those those who tries to balance this, I can say that they're going to be successful, because success, for me, success is not success has no boundaries or restrictions. We are climbing the ladder of excellence, and it's never ending. So I believe, and I keep telling to all my students, educator, whenever I go, that you need to struggle. Keep struggling, keep shining. We never got satisfied with something which you have achieved, because it's a never-ending process. So we have to keep learning, learn, relearn, and unlearn. So that's my answer to question. So that's how we can reduce the poverty. And there are many government policies and every government is doing, but as a responsible citizen, it's our duty to do something for the society to reduce this kind of global issues like poverty.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fascinated with your answer. Very impressive. So, Professor, can you please repeat just now what is OER, Open
Yeah,
Education?
OER is open educational resources. Okay, like there are, yeah, open, O stands for open, E stands for educational, R means resources. So open educational resources offer a wealth of information and learning materials that can supplement and enrich traditional classroom resources. If you search it on Google, you will get lot of material which is free of cost.
Yes.
So that is what we call OER, open educational resources.
Okay, great. And then how about the MOOC is massive online open?
Massive open online courses. Okay, like we have Udemy, then Coursera. Okay, these are the softwares. Coursera is founded by the team of professors who belongs to one of the best and top universities, Stanford University. Okay, so they have collaborated with many universities and they incorporated thousand millions of courses in the Coursera app. Coursera. Then we have Udemy, and there are many MOOC, massive open online courses, where anyone can learn any type of course free of cost. Okay, from anywhere and anytime. So this we call massive open online courses, and they offer flexible, very important, because nowadays we all are busy with our work and commitments. So these courses offers flexible and accessible learning opportunities for individuals of all ages. So that is about OOC.
Yeah, Prof, I've seen, I think Coursera, I've logged in before. I'm another one. I always like to learn something, always like to equip myself, with whatever possible knowledge and skills. So, you see, this one of the, I can't remember which one, this MOOC, they charge a nominal sum. They are not charging for the cost. They are charging.
If you want certificate from the university, then they charge around $15-20 nominal charges for the certification.
US
But
dollars.
the learning is free.
It's free. Okay. Because why I ask this question is because some of our audience might log in and they say free education. Why I got to pay? A lot of people like to ask this. So by you mentioning this, they have better understanding that it's for certification. Yeah, because
the certificate is directly come from the university. Okay. So for the certificate cost they charge only, and it's very nominal, 15 to 20 US dollar. That means around in India around 1,500 rupees. Very nominal. And they have the exam patterns also. It's not like that we just learn and go around. No, we have to test. They will evaluate what you learn, and they have an exam pattern. And after 1 hour or 2 hours of online exam, you can see your results immediately. And after results, if your wish, if you want your certificate, the final course completion certificate from the university, then you need to pay that registration or nominal charges, and then you will receive your certificate on your mail, on the account also, and that certificate you can this course is directly linked to LinkedIn, so you can directly publish your certificate, your achievements on LinkedIn also. So they have that facility too.
Yeah, because as for me, because I know this question arises to many of them, especially those who can't afford to pay for it, right? So the less fortunate people. But I think with MOOC, everybody can enjoy free education. It's so wonderful,
Yes.
right? Yeah. And then you see, when I logged in first time into one of the MOOC, I see, hey, why they're asking money? Don't tell me it's a scam. Because they're asking money first, So scam. We are worried about that. But since now you give this explanation, I believe I'm very sure most of our audience will be more confident, even including myself, to take up courses through
For those
MOOC.
courses.
Yes, wonderful. Really wonderful time we are having now. Is really inspiring, Professor. Let's go to the next. I want to finish your questions before I have some light moments with you, because your questions, your answers are so precious. Every second is gems. I'm telling you, we are going to get many audience. What are, next question, what are some challenges in achieving quality education for all, Professor? What are
Yes,
the
yes.
challenges?
Ensuring quality education for all is a complex task due to various challenges that hinder its achievement. So there are some key points which I would like to elaborate on the challenges and necessary measures to overcome them. So first is limited access to education. Limited access to education, particularly in disadvantaged communities, is a significant barrier to achieving quality education for all. Factors such as remote geographical locations, lack of transportation, and inadequate infrastructure, including schools and classrooms, make it difficult for many children to access education. Still, in rural areas. So to address these, governments and stakeholders need to invest in building schools in remote areas, improving transportation systems, and providing access to technology for distance learning. So additionally, community-based initiatives and mobile schools can help reach children who are unable to access traditional educational institutions. Then comes insufficient infrastructure and resources. So the lack of adequate infrastructure, including well-equipped classroom, libraries, and technology, is a major challenge in delivering quality education. So many schools, especially in marginalized communities, lack basic facilities, making it difficult for students to engage in effective learning. So it is essential to allocate sufficient resources and prioritize education funding to improve infrastructure, ensuring that schools have proper facilities, learning materials, and technology for interactive and engaging learning experiences. Then the third challenge is lack of qualified teachers. As I discussed earlier also, we need to educate the educators. So the availability of qualified and motivated teachers is crucial for delivering quality education. However, the shortage of qualified teachers, particularly in remote and disadvantaged areas, remains a significant challenge. Because everyone needs high facility, big cabin, big university, big school. But what about the rural areas? To address these, efforts should be made to attract and retain teachers through competitive salaries, professional development opportunities, and supportive working environment. So additionally, teacher training programs, faculty development program, mentor development program should focus on equipping educators with the necessary pedagogical skills, subject knowledge, and inclusive teaching practices to meet meet the diverse needs of learners. Then inadequate learning material, the lack of adequate learning materials, including textbooks, teaching resources, and digital tools, poses a challenge to quality education. So limited access to up-to-date and relevant educational resources hampers effective teaching and learning. To overcome this, governments and educational institutions like universities, college schools should invest in producing and distributing quality learning materials, both in print and digital formats. So as I discussed now, open educational resources, OER, can also be leveraged to provide freely accessible and adaptable educational content to teachers and students. Then gender equality, gender inequality, and socioeconomic disparities. This is one of the biggest challenges. So the gender inequality and socioeconomic disparities significantly affect access to quality education. Girls in particular face various barriers, including cultural norms, early marriage, and lack of safety, which prevent them from accessing education. Additionally, children from low income families may face financial constraints that hinder their educational opportunities. To address these challenges, even I'm from a very middle class family, I face these kind of challenges because my father used to deliver books. He was a delivery boy. So I started teaching. That's why I started teaching at the age of 16 to earn money for my higher education. So I used to teach 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours a day. It is a world record. One day I taught 16 hours. No, for what? For what? To earn money for my higher education, because my dreams are big. And that time I used to I want to achieve that uh big dream. So I balance my work, I balance my studies, I balance my responsibility towards families. So like this, if all students can think and they can earn and learn, we can achieve this kind of challenges. We can overcome easily, like I did. So to address these challenges, it is crucial to implement policies and initiatives that promote gender equality, provide targeted support for marginalized groups, and offer scholarships, grants, and financial assistance to ensure that no child is left behind due to socio-economic factors. Then conflicts and emergencies. Conflicts, natural disasters, and emergencies disrupt education system, causing a significant setback to quality education. So displaced populations, inadequate infrastructure, and the displacement of teachers and students create obstacles in accessing education. So in these circumstances, it is crucial to prioritize education in emergency responses, establish temporary learning centers, provide psychological support to affected students, and ensure continuity of education even in challenging environment. Then adequate funding and policy reforms. Overcoming the challenges to quality education requires adequate funding, proper funding, and policy reforms. So governments need to allocate a sufficient portion of their budget to education, ensuring that resources are directed towards addressing the specific challenges faced by marginalized communities. Policy reforms should focus on inclusive education, improving teacher recruitment and training, promoting gender equality, and bridging socioeconomic disparities. Additionally, international cooperation, partnerships, and collaboration among stakeholders are essential to mobilize resources, share best practices, and support initiatives that aim to achieve quality education for all. And in conclusion, addressing the challenges to quality education, including limited access, insufficient infrastructure, lack of qualified teacher, inadequate learning materials, gender inequality, conflicts, emergencies, and displacement, and socioeconomic disparities requires a comprehensive approach, adequate funding policy reforms, targeted interventions, and collaborative efforts among governments, educational institutions, civil prioritizing education and implementing effective strategies, we can provide inclusive and equitable educational opportunities that empower individuals, foster sustainable development, and create a brighter future for all. So this was my answer to your question. Thank you.
Phenomenal answer. Okay, one more thing, Professor. You see, like what you mentioned just now, it's true. Shortage of teachers. Our young generation who aspire to be graduates are increasing. Although there's equal share of challenges of young people dropping out from school, involving in many social, bringing so much of social problems to their community, their country, their family. Even in family, you know, we find that many graduates are jobless, and then they make the parents very unhappy. You know, parents want the children go to university, and they will be waiting for them to complete their studies and come out. They will be working. They want to be proud parents and pass on the responsibility back to the children to carry on their life. But a lot of parents are not enjoying that because of all these social problems and the attitude of our young people. That is one of the challenges. Ego. And they don't know what is life. Because you know, I see even in my own family, I see, yeah, although they are all are graduates, but I see they don't know about life. They are earning well. They are earning well for them. For them, if they are earning well enough, if you compare to myself, when I was I start to earn, when I really see money in my life, I start saving. But I see the younger generation now, the moment they see money, they want to enjoy life. Nothing wrong in enjoying life. They don't know the boundary. You won't believe they start buying expensive cars. You know, I doubt they have enough saving for future. You see, that is one of the challenges I see. Another one now.
The challenge is, and you know, for that, the solution is parents and educators. Yeah. You know, it's our responsibility to educate, to aware about these kind of challenges, and you know, how to save money, you know, how to enjoy your life. Okay, providing you have to take responsibilities also at the same time. So it's our duty as a parent, as a teacher, as an educator to educate our students, our you know, children, so that they can understand how to behave or how to go about this kind of challenges, how to overcome these challenges.
Exactly, Professor. What you're saying is true. You see, parents play a greater role than teachers. Teachers at school, yeah, and you know, and here parents. But the thing, because the early years until they go to school, right? Parents take the responsibility in nurturing them in every aspect. But the thing is that once they become teenagers, no matter how well the parents bring, not everybody like you and me, Prof.
In the teenager system, in the teenager phase, you know, parents need to understand, and they have to change their their mindset also. Okay,
Yes.
they want to do friendship with their children. If
Yeah.
if they friends with their child, child also can share everything with parents. So that parent and children, the gap, they need to balance, and they need to change their mindset also, that they have to accept that now this is my child is 18 plus. Okay, now he is suddenly explored to so many things. So now
Yes.
we have to accept some things, okay, so
Yeah.
that I can understand him or her, and I can, we can overcome this divide too. So parents also, they're the crucial, the parents plays crucial roles. And unfortunately, in this teen age, parents do not think, or they do not want to change, they do not upgrade, or they don't want to balance this kind of thing. So that's why students, or both the relationship suffers many times.
Exactly. Just like it is equally same problem. Shortage of teachers and parents. No parents take up parenting course.
Mm.
I tell you, I can easily tell you, 99% of the parents, they don't know how to be parents.
Yeah.
Those days, due to ignorance, they don't go to school, not enough education, they cannot read extra materials. Now we have everything on internet, as you say, OER, MOOC, everything at our fingertips, but no parents. My no is generally, majority parents have no time.
There is a need of parent counseling.
Yes, so parents need to be educated. I
Yeah.
think we have to have institution for that, because other than that,
Yes.
no parents want to go and take up parenting. Because I'm a
Mm.
parenting coach, I do free parenting workshop in hotels for parents, and children.
Oh,
Yeah, before pandemic, every week I spend my own money, not bank loan. I did that. See, and I gained more experience. Yeah. So I see that every parents need to take initiative even before you get married. If you plan to get married and be a parent, please learn about how to be a good parents, how to handle your children. Yeah,
yeah.
that is very important. Your scrolls, how many degrees you have, is important for your career wise.
But this younger generation, they are very much smart. Okay,
Yeah.
they know everything. They know everything. So it's our challenge how we can nurture, how we can divert, or how we can give them a good direction, and through that, they can achieve. So it's our responsibility to give
Prepare
them
ourselves. Yeah.
guidance and counseling whenever they need,
Yeah.
whenever.
Exactly, Prof. Because we cannot depend on teachers. Teachers is another thing, yeah. But as parents, I would say parents have to take initiative, even you before having your first child, to learn how to nurture your child even from baby. Yeah, from baby, because you know everything goes to the subconscious mind, whether the child understands or not. It is there from the womb itself, right? So parents have to take initiative to learn how to be good parents, how to handle your children at every stage, as because especially when they attain adolescence, 13 years old
Mm.
onwards, some 12 years old, they start, they already having problems with themselves. Teenagers don't
Yes.
understand what is happening to themselves. The hormones changes in them.
Hormonal changes.
Yeah,
Yes.
everything. I went in depth to this topic, in 2020 during pandemic, I took part in a Canadian summit. I got that was my first invitation, international invitation online. First time. That's where I went in depth to do research, study, and I did a video, presentation on that. Thank God, I don't know how to do, but I did it. That's where I learned more because I'm a single lady. So I although I'm a mentor for my nephews and nieces from young, they are all graduates, but still, there's a lot more to learn because they don't grow next to me, right? So I don't know a lot of things practically. So when I see that they themselves have problem with themselves, so parents, if they don't know how to handle, they ruin their life indirectly. Yeah, you can't blame your teens because nowadays teens, they don't know what is life. As you mentioned, Prof, they must have a good relationship with them, right? And then you see, if parents are not going to take action to educate themselves, they are going to suffer. They can't blame their children in future. Yeah. Absolutely. And if they are sent to the old folks home and all that, they cannot complain because they could be partially the reason. No children is bad. If we take care of it, we do our part as parents well, the children will know how to love us. We know how to love them. We don't spoil them. A lot of parents spoil them.
Spoil them, yes.
That is one of the reasons, Prof. That is one of the reasons the youngsters, even they are so smart, they are educated, but they don't know how to keep the money which they earn. They think they can do anything to earn money. You see?
Yeah.
That's another challenge.
Yeah, that's another challenge.
Yeah, another big challenge now. So it's not easy to be parents. It's not easy to be teachers. Teachers, another thing is that when children graduate, like in Malaysia, if you ask the youngsters, what do you like to be? What do you like to do after your school? Oh, I want to start business. Everyone wants to become a businessman. You know why? For them, unlimited income is there. And easy income. Some things easy income, but business is fast. Fast money. So whether they want to choose the right route or the wrong route depends. But they all want to be businessmen, business women. But they don't know what is life. It's not easy to be a businesswoman. I'm not boasting of what I went through from zero. I became a hero in my industry. 15 years, I'm still the hero in my industry, in my country. I know how much you have to struggle in business, how innovative you have to be, how much challenges you got faced. But these children don't know anything. They want to go straight away to work. I did start working in Malaysian company, then rest of the companies were international companies. You see? So like that I came up. But nowadays children know. So the teachers, if you ask them what do you want to be, teachers, that is one of the cause. They don't want to be teachers. Teachers is boring. And again, government should also take extra initiative to support the teachers. Because nowadays children are very notorious, very disobedient. They behave how they behave at home, they behave in school. You see? And teachers are so afraid. Because you know what? One complaint goes to the ministry, their life is ruined. Their record is gone. So why all this thing happen? I think parents are the main cause. You see? Why complain? Parents should go and talk with teachers, discuss with teachers, know what is the problem of your child, who is at fault. But they are attacking the teachers. This is one of the reasons, one of the cause of the shortage of teachers. They don't want to go there, because to be a teacher, to be an educator, you have to put your heart and soul into it. Right, Prof? You are not audible, Prof. Okay.
I tried. Absolutely,
Yeah.
I agreed.
Yeah. So
Agreed.
this is also one of the cause. I think we have to educate the parents in this area, because if parents don't take action, don't change their mindset to be in
Yes.
harmony with teachers, they are actually ruining their children's life.
Right.
There was a case,
Agreed.
I think 2 years ago, but this happening every time, everywhere. But this happened in my country, in a Tamil school. Can you imagine? Indian parents are supposed to be Indian women supposed to be known for being very submissive, and parents, they normally respect the teacher, the guru. This is Indian culture, but we see
Yeah.
parents going into school and fighting with the teacher.
That's so bad.
You should go and see the headmaster, ask what is the problem. Do it diplomatically. Yeah, no respect for them. They just go in, barge in to the office, call the teacher and fire, and take video and viral it on Facebook. You see,
Yeah.
this is
That's
how
the
the ethics
scenario.
of the parents. I think, Prof, what do you say? Main problem of the children is parents. Do you agree? It's
Yes,
interesting
I agree completely.
because they are in the middle. Right teachers, left is their children. If the parents are not right, they are ruining everybody's life. So if the children are not doing well, don't respect them. They bring social problems, disobedient, then the cause is parents. Sure. Of course, they have influence, other peers influence, challenges and all that. But that is, if you ask me, Prof, I just give example because I know this happened to me. I'm the best example which I can give because things happen in my life. I left home when I was 17 to study, to continue my studies. I left my hometown. My father never let me go out anywhere to stay in, even in anybody's house, no overnight. You see, but I left my home to continue my studies, and I see a lot of challenges. But I had a lot of challenges. I have so much of so many attraction for me to deviate and go. You know, that age, young age, you want to enjoy life and all that. But I did not. Why? Because of my parents. That's why I always say parents. My father is very strict, but my mother know how to balance it. You see, and we know the love of parents. My mother always say, your father loves you. He's correcting you because he loves you. So a mother plays an important role in the family, right? So although I left my family, I never deviated and became a drug addict or alcoholic. You know, no, because I always remember my parents, the love, the care, although they were strict. So I believe that parents have to take action and don't fight with the teachers. There's so many cases even. Yeah, Prof? Because I can only ask you, because you go out and teach many, you share with many students, many teachers. You know, I'm very sure the parents also share with you. So you have, only you can validate this situation, right? Yeah, it's very sad. So everybody got to take action. Am I right, Prof?
Yes, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So shall we go to the last question? Because before
Last.
we have about
We have
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, never mind. That's ample of time for you. You are very fast. How can youth and students contribute to improving the quality of education?
Yes. The youth, I always say that youth are nation builders. So youth and students play a vital role in improving the quality of education as they bring fresh perspectives, innovative ideas, and deep understanding of their own educational experiences. Like advocacy and awareness. So youth and students can engage in advocacy efforts to raise awareness about the importance of quality education. So they can utilize their voices and platforms to highlight the challenges and gaps in the education system. Urging policymakers and stakeholders to take action. So by advocating, by advocating for inclusive and equitable education, youth can influence policy decisions and contribute to the improvement of education policies and practices. Then active participation in decision making. So youth and students have the right to participate in decision making processes that directly impact their education. Through student councils, forums, and representation in educational institutions, they can contribute to shaping educational policies, curriculum development, and school governance. So their involvement ensures that the perspectives and the needs of students can consider, leading to more student-centered and inclusive education system. Then student-led organizations. Youth and students can form student-led organization focused on education issues and initiatives. So these organizations provide platforms for students to collaborate, share ideas, and take collective action to improve their quality of education. So they can organize events, campaigns, and projects that address specific educational challenges, promote innovative teaching methods, and advocate for equal educational opportunities. Then community initiatives and partnerships. Youth and students can actively participate in community initiatives that embrace the quality of education. So they can volunteer as tutors, mentors, or peer educators, supporting their fellow students in their learning journeys. By engaging with local communities, youth can contribute to addressing educational disparities and promote access to quality education for all. So collaboration between youth, educational institutions, and community organizations can lead to innovate approaches and solutions to improve the learning environment. Then collaboration with educators. This is also important. Collaboration between youth and educators is a crucial for enhancing the quality of education. So students can collaborate with teachers and educators to co-create learning experiences, share their perspectives, and provide feedback on teaching methodologies. So this collaboration foster a student-centered approach that takes into account the needs and interests of learners, resulting in more engaging and effective teaching practices. And the next is innovation and technology. Youth are often early adopters of technology and can contribute to leveraging technology for educational purposes. So they can advocate for the integration of technology in classroom, participate in coding clubs, or develop educational apps and platforms. So their technological skills and insights can enhance digital literacy and ensure that educational technology is used effectively to support learning. And then lastly, sharing perspective and solutions. So youth and students bring unique perspectives and ideas to the table. By sharing their experiences, challenges, and suggestions, they can contribute to creating inclusive and quality education system. Their input can help identify areas for improvement, share educational policies, and develop solutions that address the evolving needs of learners. So in conclusion, youth and students have a crucial role to play in improving the quality of education through advocacy, active participation in decision-making processes, forming student-led organization, engaging in community initiatives, collaborating with educators, and sharing their perspective and solutions. Youth can drive positive changes and contribute to creating inclusive and quality education system. Their involvement ensure that education is student-centered, innovative, and responsive to the needs of learners, ultimately leading to a more equitable and sustainable education landscape. So with this, I conclude my answer. And once again, thank you so much, IPRH, our own IPRH, and my dear Estera, for interviewing me and for giving me opportunity to express my thoughts on these wonderful questions which you asked. So my heartfelt congratulations to you because you are continuously interviewing the peoples. You are investing time for the transformation for the society. So for that, I congratulate you. My best wishes and unwavering support with you always. And thank you so much, all the listeners, students, educators, for actively and patiently listening to me this. I hope I answered your questions rightly. So with this, I stop here and thank you.
Yeah, Professor.